Welcome back to Not So Pro Packer Talk, where we only talk about the Packers. Guys, today we're going to be doing a recap on the Packers Bears game that was just played this past Sunday in Soldier Field, where Aaron Rodgers showed everybody again that he owns the Bears. He actually gave a part of his ownership away to no other than Christian Watson. We're going to be getting into all that stuff about how the game went, how I felt during the game, and all that stuff, how individual players went. But biggest headline from this game is the Packers are now the all-time leader in wins, and they finally passed the Bears in against the Bears. I was really hoping that this would happen week 2 when the Packers played. They had a chance where if the certain wins and losses worked out, that we could have passed them way back then. Things didn't work out for either us or the Bears, and here we are. But we were thankfully able to do it in Soldier Field, finally take that ownership away from the Bears that they've been holding on to for over 100 years, being the team in the NFL that has had the most wins. And we finally passed them. We now have 787 wins in total. And hey, we ain't letting go of this thing anytime soon. The Packers are able to have this record now because the past 30 years, basically, we've had Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. We've been able to close that gap after year, and then now we finally caught up and we passed the Bears. It felt really great. Now that the Packers have the most wins of all time and most championships of all time, it's undisputed that Packers are the greatest team of all time. And since AJ and Vincent aren't here to disagree with me, we're just going to go with that. But let's get into this game. How did I feel going during this game and all that stuff? A lot of Packer fans were waiting for the Packers to tank because, we're trying to get a better draft position, and our chances of making the playoffs are very, very slim. So some Packer fans wanted us to lose, but hey, at the end of the day, beating the Bears is more important than any draft position out there. I will beat the Bears any day for anything. We can't lose to the Bears, but the Bears mentality of the fans, they're like, let's lose this game. They had Bears fans. They have this loser mentality out there, where they were actually happy they lost against the Packers, which is really sad. Bears fans, you gotta have more respect for yourself. You should never throw a game. But I was very excited for this game because we could take over that lead. And when I was watching the game, I was like, oh my God, here we go again. Another disappointing loss. And thankfully, in that fourth quarter, everything turned around. In the fourth quarter, we scored 18 points and shut out the Bears, which we were able to win against the Bears 28-19. Overall, a really good win by the Packers. Those first 3 quarters looked really, really dicey with not a lot going on. Jair Alexander was getting cooked. We weren't getting a lot of stuff moving on offense. Aaron Jones got a little bit banged up. We don't know exactly what is wrong with him. I think he was able to go if we wanted it to him to do, but we just decided to keep AJ Dillon in there and not risk anything with Aaron Jones. But let's talk offensively first. So offensively, it looked really, really rough in those first 3 quarters. We couldn't get a lot going on. Aaron Rodgers was missing throws, drop passes, etc. It was really, really rough going forward in those first 3 quarters, and we couldn't establish a lot of the run game. We were just not able to convert on third downs and keep drives going. It was really, really bad. But overall, at the end of the day, Christian Watson is a absolute dog. The guy has just completely come alive since his drop in week 1. He and his injuries and everything, like these past 4 weeks, he's had 8 touchdowns in total. This week, a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. As soon as he got that jet sweep on the rushing touchdown, the last touchdown we scored on the Bears, just seal the deal and win us the game. Sammy Watkins made an amazing block, which is about all Sammy Watkins can do nowadays is block. And as soon as he made that block, Christian Watson was gone. There was one guy that had an angle on him, but guess what? Christian Watson is just too fast. He's too talented. You cannot beat this guy. So Christian Watson, he's turning into an absolute guy for us. I'm very excited about his future. When in year one he has 8 touchdowns, and that's just because of the past 4 games. If he was able to be like this since the beginning of the season, how many touchdowns could he have right now? It's absolutely insane. Very excited for this guy for year 2, year 3, and onward. Having him and Romeo Dobbs, once they're both healthy on the field, it's going to be very exciting with this wide receiver duo. And hopefully it can get Aaron Rodgers to want to stay. Maybe. We'll see. Christian Watson looked great. Alan Lazard had 5 catches for 67 yards. Still really reliable receiver for us, but he's just not the guy that I was hoping he would be, unfortunately. It's really disappointing. Other than that, there wasn't a lot going on offense for us. As I said, everything really happened in the fourth quarter. That's when we were able to get our points on the board. Defensively, it was really, really rough going out there. Devontae Campbell finally made his first game back from his injury. Back when he played the Patriots, I think that's when he first got injured. He finally made his first game back. Had a lot of rust on him. Did not play well at all. And then another guy I want to talk about is Quay Walker, is the guy who's been filling in for Devontae Campbell as the #1 inside linebacker, and he's been the signal caller. Now he's been able to give that back to Devontae Campbell, but he looked not that great in this game. He's still a very good as far as coverage. He's playing very, very, very well against the pass, but against the run, dude is absolutely getting destroyed. On that 52-yard run by Justin Fields, dude got absolutely just turned around. He was basically had his back turned against Justin Fields. He thought the play was going to the right. Justin Fields kept it and just went right by everybody. We want to blame a lot of things on Joe Barry, but something like that is just on Quay Walker. Definitely want to see improvement from him moving forward. Other people, Jair Alexander. That was a rough game until that fourth quarter, buddy. That was a rough game. I started questioning that $21 million that we gave you and this jersey that I bought to represent you, man. You got beat by Equanimeous St. Brown, who, if you guys don't know who this guy is, he was a Packer receiver until this past year, and we cut him. And if you know anything about Packers receivers going into the season, for him to get cut, that says a lot. Yeah, we released this guy. He has not been very good for us. And he beat Jair Alexander because Jair Alexander started to play a little cute, jump a route, and got absolutely destroyed by Equanimeous St. Brown. He called a 50-yard pass on him. And then N'Keal Harry catches a 40-yard pass on Jair Alexander. Who even remembered that N'Keal Harry was on the Bears? Not me. I don't remember that guy being on the Bears. Yeah, Jair Alexander got beat by 2 no-name receivers. That was really disappointing. And then he finally got an interception on Justin Fields, which started this huge turnaround for the Packers. So he ended up coming clutch in the end, but not good, man. You got to play more consistent for the Packers moving forward, all right? If you want to be a top corner in this league, if you wanted to be paid like one, we need you to live up to your contract, man. So come on, start playing better. I know Joe Barry's not putting you in the best position, but if you're playing off coverage and you're letting up a 50-yard pass and a 40-yard pass, that's on you, buddy. That's on you. So you got to play better, Jair. Other than that, Keeson Nixon had an incredible game. He's turned into a very good kick returner for us. It's been really awesome. Aaron Rodgers even said that, hey, usually I like tell kick returners, just if you catch it in the end zone, take the knee, just get us to the 25. That's don't take it out of there. And now he's like, hey, take that thing out. I like this guy. I like what he's doing. He's been one of the best kick returners as far as the past couple of weeks. So Nixon, you're doing great, man. And he's been one of the best nickelback corners as far as the past few weeks. He had a pick this past week that sealed the win against the Bears. He picked off Justin Fields. It was a pretty easy pick, but hey, pick nonetheless. So great job by Nixon on that that game. And one other guy I want to shout out is our first round pick, Devontae Wyatt. Now, if you haven't heard me talk about Devontae Wyatt or haven't heard anybody else talk about Devontae Wyatt, it's because he hasn't been playing too much. He's on a limited snap count, but with those limited snaps, he's playing very, very, very well. I'm very curious as to why he doesn't get more playing time. Right now, he gets about 10 snaps a game, but with every snap, he's playing very consistent. I don't know if they just don't have a lot of trust in him or they believe in the other guys more, but I don't. There's not a lot to believe in with those other guys, so I'm very curious as to why he's not getting the snaps I think he has shown he deserves. It's very, very weird, and something you need to be watching moving forward. Other than that, this was a really good overall game for the Packers. It's a great win for us moving forward. Next week, I'm going to be releasing a video because this week we have a bye. Packers have a bye. We get a little rest finally. Such a late bye. But this next week, next Wednesday, I'm going to be releasing a how do the Packers make the playoffs. Right now, we have about 5% chance. Biggest things that I'll get a little spoiler. The biggest things we need for the Packers to make the playoffs is one for us to win. Obviously, if we don't do that, our chances are basically shot. And then we need the Giants, Commanders, and the Seattle Seahawks to start losing. Those are the big things. But we're going to go in depth as far as to what actually needs to happen in order for the Packers to make that 7th seed and get into the playoffs. It's a long shot right now, but as long as it's an option, that is what we're going for. The Packers, we have built a franchise about winning, not about tanking and going for a draft pick. That's not who we are. So as long as there's a chance for us to make the playoffs, that's what we're going to be shooting towards, and that's what we're going to be thinking about. That is the Packers mentality. That's how you be a Packer. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments what your reactions to the Packers and Bears game, and do we have a chance again to make the playoffs? It's a long shot. As I said, 5% chance as right now, but still a shot. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're putting out more and more content. You guys want to stay subscribed to everything that we're doing. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.